So going into the 2024 season for the Seattle Seahawks, it was a bit of a transitional period for this team, especially when you have Pete Carroll, who was there for over a decade. He was there for over a decade and won a Super Bowl. But again, at the end of the 2023 season, he went for a office job inside the Seahawks, and they hired a former offensive coordinator from the Ravens, Mike McDonald. And you look at this team. Again, you look at the team. There was a 10-7 team this year, winning team, second in the NFC West. Didn't make the playoffs this year, but again, they had a good. They was a 10-7 team, so not a bad season really, regular season, but no playoff appearance for them this year. And then you look at the roster. They have Jackson Smith, Jigba, Leonard Williams, Devin Witherspoon. Cornerback, you have Kenny McIntosh on that running back position. On the running back, you have Kenny McIntosh, Charbonnet. You have Byron Murphy, Tyler Lockett, Derek Hall, DK Metcalf. So again, you've got a pretty good roster there. And then again, you got Geno Smith as your quarterback, who again can do a good job. It can do a decent level job. They started the season really well, though. I think they started off really well. You could really see, though, I think after that bye week they had the cracks were shown with this team after the bye week. They had the bye week. I think it was in week 4, and after that the cracks were shown with this team that they weren't really the team that you can hitch your wagon to and go, they're going to win a championship. You couldn't do that because the cracks were showing in this team, and they lost to the Lions after the bye week. Again, good 3-0 start, but lose to the Lions, which again, not bad. But again, you're losing to the fucking Giants and 49. You're losing to the Giants. Like, you lost to the fucking Giants. What the fuck is going on here? Like, Danny Dimes left fucking Giants here. Then you had the 49ers, Bills. Again, losing to 49ers and Bills wasn't bad. But again, the Giants, man, what the hell's going on? Points for, there was for rushing yards, there was 27th out of 32. So really, running the ball, they was really going to the bottom of the barrel for rushing. Points against, there was 11th out of 32 points against. They had the 11th best defense in the league. Passing yards, there was 5th in passing. He was pretty good in passing yards this year. The 5th best passing, 5th in passing this year. There was 18th in points for. Geno Smith had a good year, 4,320 passing yards. He only had 573 rushing yards. Nobody in this team had over 1,000 rushing yards, which again really shows that bottom of the barrel when it was 27th in the league for rushing. Like, nobody got over 1,000 rushing yards on this roster. Then you had Jackson Jigba had over 1,000 receiving yards. So again, he had a good season himself. And then you look at really the needs. So you got to think about, at some point you got to get yourself a quarterback. So again, we'll talk about it at another time. But again, offensive tackle, the offensive line has to be addressed, especially when in defense. Points against you was 11th in defense. You need to think about that offensive tackle. For someone to protect Geno Smith in the trenches. You need to get some big guy with he's got some fucking muscle. Look at that, guys. Yeah, that's fucking Jim. That's the fucking Jim, guys. Anyway, whatever. They need somebody that's gonna be who's got some meat, man, and they're gonna fucking do some shit. So they need an offensive tackle. They need somebody on the interior, on that defensive side of the ball, on the inside linebacker position. Then get an inside linebacker. They need an edge, a defensive line. So again, especially on that in the trenches, they need to find a lot of additions in this draft. Maybe like an Abdul Carter or somebody like that can help on the edge. Then, like I said, defensive line. Then they need some more weapons. You look at this roster, and I said, the Jigba is good. I'm a fan of him. I'm a fan of Jackson Jigba. But you look at the other guys on this roster that have been here a hot minute. DK Metcalf's been here for far too long. DK Metcalf, you can move him on. Charbonnet can be moved on. Leonard Williams could be moved on as well. Tyler Lockett could get moved on. Again, you could save a shit ton of money here if you move on a couple of these additions. I've been part of this team for a bit and haven't really done a lot for a while. DK Metcalf, yeah, he's good, but again, when was the last time you know what I mean? He's not been like pulling up trees here and making this team fucking great. You look at Tyler Lockett, he was again here for a hot minute. Hasn't really done a lot recently. Charbonnet, good on his day, whenever that comes, but he's good. And then you need to look like wide receiver has to be addressed. Quarterback at some point. Yeah, Geno Smith's been good the last couple of years, last two or 3 years in the Seahawks team. He's been good. He's been in good hands since Russell Wilson has left, and he's a guy that can get you a winning season and get you at least contending in your division. But they need to find somebody either in the draft not this year, maybe not this year, absolutely next year. They have to find somebody maybe next year in 2026 draft who that they can find and they can build around. And they can build around a quarterback that you can have for the next 5-10 years, contend with the Rams, that can be up there against the Rams and go to championships and win, Super Bowls and stuff like that. You need to find that guy at quarterback. Either, again, you find somebody, like I said, in this draft, because again, Shadir Sanders and Cam Ward are going to go to whoever needs them, like the Giants or the Titans or the skid marks. But again, 2026, you're looking at that draft class and you're like, I need to find a franchise guy in 2026. Absolutely. And then tight end. Tight end has to be addressed as well. That's one of the additions that you need to work on. But overall, wasn't a bad season for Mike McDonald in his first year. Dropped off. They had a little drop off. They had a bit of a drop off after that bye week they had. But again, not a bad season. But again, there's a couple of people on this roster that need to be moved on and have been here for far too long.